today we'll be doing just a quick intro about myself, why I got biking, and why I started motovlogging. Now, the reason why I call myself the nervous biker, other than the fact that I'm quite nervous, is because I suffer from agoraphobia, nervous disorders, panic attacks, and fight or flight syndrome, which obviously means I very rarely go out of the house. Indeed, in my late 20s or early 20s, it was so bad that I very rarely left the house at all. I'm not talking about once a week, I'm talking about I didn't go out of the house for like 2 years. And if I did, that's only like 30 feet from the front door or back door. Now, obviously it is quite a hard thing to do, or quite a hard thing to get used to. I have been getting better thanks to some graded exposure therapy. I've been having 6 months worth of phone calls from the Wellbeing Service, which deal in psychiatric conditions like agoraphobia and nervous disorders and so on, and I've gotten a lot better. However, I still am not good enough where I can go to job interviews or doctor's interviews or anything official without getting extremely nervous and, well, basically not feeling very well at all. So with these conditions, I do get quite a lot of symptoms once I am stressed out. Luckily, I'm getting used to biking a little bit here and there, so I'm stressing out less and less when it comes to biking. However, it depends on where I'm going. If I'm just having a ride about, I'm fine because I know I'm in control. I can go anywhere I want, I can turn back and go home whenever I feel like it. As opposed to like if I'm in a bus, or if I'm in someone else's car, I do not have any control. If I feel really, really bad, there's nothing I can do about it. That sends my nervous disorders and agoraphobia into like an overdrive. At the minute, I'm just getting used to driving out by myself. And later on I hope to meet up with some bikers and start going to some of these meets that they have, just to get me out of the house more for longer periods of time and so on. It's something that has to be done, otherwise I'm never going to get better. I'm 35 years old, and in case you're wondering, I've had these conditions since I was 12. It did affect me going to school and going to work in my early years. Come on, cars. So now I'm just concentrating on my exposure therapy, my biking, and my reptiles. Which is where I'm going now. I'm going to the reptile store to get some crickets to feed to my bearded dragon, because he looks hungry. I've already fed my royal pythons, so that's it. Nothing else to say really. All I've got to do now is keep up the work, or keep up the therapy. So that's it. That's a little bit about myself. Why I got into biking, of course, is because from a nervous point of view, I needed something that I can get on the road with quick. You know, I couldn't afford to take lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson of cars and not be allowed on the road by myself. I needed something that I could just go for one day, pass, and then I can drive on the road, which is what a CBT basically is. as long as you don't do nothing stupid when you're on the road. And that's it really. I'm very happy that I chose the biker over the car because of the freedom that it's given me so far. It has enabled me to get out of the house at a far greater distance, as yesterday proved when I managed to ride all the way to Great Yarmouth, then to Lowestoft, and then back to Great Yarmouth, and then back home in Norwich, just to look at a snake, to see if I wanted to buy it or not. Unfortunately the snake was a bit too young for me to have, but yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'd like to say thanks for all the people that have subscribed to me so far. 9 of them, and I must admit I didn't expect that at all. So I'd like to say thank you to them for giving me a chance to do some motor vlogging, and hopefully I shall be able to do some decent videos for you, the ones that you can better understand me, how I drive, how I ride, and so forth. This is the reptile store. It's called Reptile Crazy. This is where I get my crickets from. An excellent little store with some decent variety of animals. And that's it. Call it there. I'll see you back another time. Bye.